Hey traders, what's going on? Welcome to the Profitable Traders. In this video, I'll teach you the best way to trade using price action without using any indicators. And if that sounds interesting, would you subscribe to this channel and turn on the notifications bell so that you'll be alerted every week whenever we upload new videos. Without wasting more time, let's get started. Let me demonstrate it on a blank chart. And on this blank chart, let's say we have a market that has made an impulse leg, a pullback, and another impulse leg that closes above the previous level of resistance. In this case, what you have to do is to wait for another pullback that either pulls back to the previous level of resistance or to the previous level of support or in between here. So when the market makes such a move, then you look for an entry reason and expect the market to go to the previous level of structure, at least touching the previous level of resistance. And for a market in a downtrend, let's say we have a market that made an impulsive leg, a pullback, and another impulsive leg that closes below the previous level of support. In this case, what you have to do is a pullback to either the previous level of support or the previous level of resistance, or in between here. When a market makes such a move, you look for an entry reason on a much lower time frame and expect the market to continue to the downside, at least touching the previous level of support. This is the simplest way of looking at the market using price action. Look for a market that makes an impulsive leg, a pullback, and another impulsive leg that closes above the previous level of resistance if that's an uptrend market. Then you wait for a pullback that does not close below this support level. Then when that is being fulfilled, look for an entry reason on a lower time frame and expect the market to continue to the upside. For the case of a downtrend, a market makes an impulsive leg to the downside and a pullback and another impulsive leg that closes above the previous level of support. What you have to do, you wait for a pullback that does not close above the previous level of resistance. If it pulls back to this level of support, that's okay. If it pulls back to this level of resistance, that's okay, but it should not close above this level of resistance. Now when the market makes such a move, you look for an entry reason on a lower time frame and boom, enter the market. Let's look at a few examples here on this chart. We have a market that makes this impulsive leg here and a pullback and another impulsive leg that closes below the previous level of support. Now what you have to do is that you look for a pullback that does not close above this level of resistance. What do we get? We have this pullback here that does not close this level of resistance. And if you take this trade here, we have some sort of pain that goes on here. It will not stop you out here because your stop loss would have been above this level of resistance. And what do we get? We get boom, all the way up to here. Now we have another move here. We have an impulsive leg here, a pullback, and another impulsive leg that closes below the previous level of support. What you have to do now is wait for a pullback that either pulls back to this support level or it pulls back to this resistance level, but it should not close above this resistance level. Now we have it here. It made a pullback to the support level and we have a market here to the downside. What do we have again? We have this is an impulsive leg and a pullback. But what happens? We don't have another impulsive leg that closes below this level of structure. So this one here becomes our impulsive leg. Let me change the color to red. Now we have an impulsive leg and a pullback and another impulsive leg that closes above the previous level of resistance. This one here is to the upside. What What do you see here? I see a change in trend. In other words, I see a reversal because we have an impulsive leg to the upside, a pullback, and another impulsive leg to the upside that closes above this level of resistance. Now, what I normally do here is wait for a pullback that either pulls back to this resistance level or a pullback to the support level, but it should not close below this level of support. What I'm doing here is just wait for an entry reason on a lower time frame. And on this lower time frame, this is a 4-hour time frame, I'll look for an entry reason, and if I find it, I will take the market to the upside. And this is my prediction for next week. This is a quick video on purely price action trading, and if you found it so valuable, would you subscribe to this channel if you haven't yet subscribed, and like the video, guys. And thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you next week in the next video.